Go.
3, 2, 1. What's up, guys? Joey here.
And Louie, and this is Ask YugaTech.
Alright, so by now you guys know how this works. Just wait for our social media post on Facebook or comment your questions on the previous episode of Ask YugaTech and we'll answer them in the current episode. So, right now I'm with Louie because Miguel is on vacation. He's in Taiwan.
What up, guys? Miguel here, YugaTech. Right now I'm on vacation. Sorry I can't join you guys in this week's Ask YugaTech. I'll see you guys in the next one.
Alright, and without any further ado, let's get into the first question. The first question is from one of our most frequent question askers. This is from John Ray Feren Hadrake Pacanya.
Suki pala to.
Yeah, Suki to. I said his name so fast because I memorized it already.
John
Alright.
Ray Felen anyway.
So he asks, my strong opinion on buying a decent smartwatch would equate to having a price point of not going above 10,000 pesos. Anything above that is a waste of good money. Not sure I agree, but... So my question is, should I get those Amazfits and Fitbits that sport the Wear OS? Or should I go for the second-hand Apple Watch Series 1 or 2? Would love to get your bang for your buck opinion. Thanks, YugaTech. So, you're more of the smartwatch guy. What do you have to say about this?
Well, yeah, if you don't want to splurge on smartwatches, yeah, I think going below 10K is safe. There are plenty of smartwatches out there that's below that price.
Examples?
Like this, the Honor Watch Magic, that's around 7K. Works well with Android and other non-Honor or Huawei devices. But if you're thinking of getting the Apple Watch series, the older series, I think that's okay if you're using an iPhone.
Especially if you're using an iPhone.
You can go with that. But if you're using Android, go with something else. What I noticed with the smartwatch right now is that they're putting more fitness capabilities as features. In a way, most of them are like 80% fitness trackers and 20% smartwatch.
Yeah, that's what I noticed.
Yeah. If your budget is 10K, I suggest getting the Huawei Watch GT2. That's around less than 11K. But if you want something below 10, like what I mentioned earlier, it's the Honor Watch Magic. The rest would be fitness bands. So.
And there you go. Okay. Next question.
Okay, next question from Janelle Brasino. What do you think is much more important in a smartphone camera? Image processing, which is software, or the megapixel count of the camera module? Yeah, hardware. And pa-shoutout po kay AJ. AJ.
May bayad! 1.5!
May bayad daw.
May bayad daw. Sorry. Okay, so imagine there are two phones of different brands. They both have the same, for example, Sony IMX586 sensor. So they're both 48 megapixel. Will the images be exactly the same? No, because the software makes all the difference. You also have other features like what the chipset brings, or you could have things like the visual core from the Google Pixel or the Deep Fusion from the iPhones. It's not just about the actual component, the sensor. The chipset, especially the software, can make a lot of difference into that. So it's more important. That's what's more important than the camera module. Because if you're talking about like strictly megapixels, this is the Note 10 Plus. It got more than 100 in the XO mark, but each of these rear cameras is only 12 megapixels. Same goes for the iPhone 11. Those only have 12 megapixel sensors. So it's definitely a lot more about software.
One good example is the Pixel 2 or 3. Either.
They also have 12 megapixel sensors.
Yeah. And only one camera, but they can create, because of the software, it can produce images with creamy bokeh or blurred backgrounds. Low light quality is also good, and it's because of the image processing software. If you want quality, image processing plays a big role. The megapixel is just there for details. Like, for example, one of the new smartphones right now, the Mi Note 10, has 108 megapixel. If you shoot at that resolution, you can like crop in, zoom in, and get plenty of details even at that level. So that's one of the purposes of having a high megapixel count in a camera.
But then again, it's not all about detail. You have other things to consider, like dynamic range, color. You have a load of other things. It's not just about the megapixel count. Next question is from Ray Christian Ostero. What's the best bang for your buck streaming/TV mirror device?
I still recommend the Chromecast.
Okay, because he said streaming/TV mirror, so this means it's not a standalone device. It needs a phone or a laptop. So yeah, Lou is right. The Chromecast is what, less less than
Around 2K? Is it?
around 2,000 pesos.
Yeah.
And it's not from, I'm not gonna say sketchy brand. It's
Unknown.
it's definitely not from an unknown brand. I mean, the Chromecast is a Google product. You're sure to get good
Yeah.
support with Android devices, even iOS devices. So yeah, there are a lot of options, but best bang for your buck, probably the Chromecast.
If you go on Lazada, there are other streaming devices out there. But if you really want to be sure about the quality, go with Google. And another option is if you have a bigger budget, you can go with TV boxes from the likes of Xiaomi. And what else? Roku?
Roku, yeah.
Yeah. If you want something, if you want more features.
You know, if you have lots of disposable income, even the Apple TV.
I got my Mi TV for just around 3K. Next question. Hey, Sir Mike from Mike De Jesus. I have 15K on 11/11. Maraming sales, so probably I can get 17 to 18K worth of phone sa 15K. Camera, pinaka-priority, then next are features. What can you suggest?
First of all, si Sir Mike De Jesus, kami ni Louie, idol ka namin. we dabble into mechanical keyboards, and here in the Philippines, he's one of the OGs.
Yeah,
So shout out to you, sir. As to answer your question, what phone will go down to 15K?
that's actually the question because we can't predict what phones will go on sale,
Yeah.
especially at that price.
Okay, so let's just give him phones to watch out for.
Yeah.
In that range, in the 17-18K, you have phones like the Realme XT, the Xiaomi Mi 90. The Xiaomi Mi 90 Pro is priced at around 19,000. So we're not sure kung
664.
bababa siya ng 15. You also have the Huawei Nova 5T. It's also 19,000 pesos, but again, we're not sure if it's gonna go down to 15K. But if those two phones, the Nova 5T and the Mi 90 Pro, if they do go down to the 15K range, then that's definitely what you should go for. But if not, good alternatives are the Realme XT and the Xiaomi Mi 90, the non-Pro version. Right.
The 700 series smartphones.
The 700
Snapdragon 700 series.
Yes. Next question is from Setsuna F. Seye. Sorry if I didn't pronounce your name correctly. Just a burning question. Pagdating sa car dashcam na sulit sa bulsa, anong brand ang malinaw ang kuha araw at gabi, mataas capacity at may loop video recording? Not a rear mirror type dashcam, user-friendly sa pag-view ng recorded events. I don't actually use a dashcam in my car. I know you do.
Yeah, I do.
I probably should.
Yeah, you probably should.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mention the dashcam that I got, but it's expensive. I bought it for like around 7,000 pesos.
Okay,
It's too much.
that's pretty expensive.
Yeah, that's too much. Nadala lang ako sa brand. Pero I have friends asking me what dashcam would we recommend. I've been telling them to get the Xiaomi Dashcam. Kasi parang nasa 2,000, less than 3,000 pesos. And I forget kung anong model yung na-try natin before.
I think that was a Yi dashcam.
That was a Yi. Yeah, pwede rin yun. Okay din
Yeah.
yun. We haven't reviewed those, a lot of dashcams, but so we cannot speak about the quality, but I think they're okay.
I think in terms of like raw quality, we can't comment,
Yeah.
but we kind of know for sure that with the rest of the features he's asking for, then
Yeah, I think
the
it
Xiaomi
fits.
or the Yi ones you mentioned would fit this person's needs.
So yeah, around more or less 3K. So okay na yun. While we cannot comment on the quality, what we suggest is go for a good quality micro SD card. Kasi may mga dashcams kasi naglo-loop yan eh. Most dashcams naman may ganung feature. They do the videos. And because of that constant write speeds, madaling mag-deteriorate. If you're using a cheap micro SD, madaling masira. So get quality ones, original ones. Okay, next question from Felix Jolie Lloyd Capunihan. How does Realme get into the top 10 so fast, even if it's just a year in the smartphone business?
It's been more than a year. Yeah. But Realme as its own standalone brand has been around for about a year.
Uh-huh.
It's because of their history. They're not really much of a startup that just started up from nothing and then they got into the top 10. They were previously associated with Oppo.
Oppo is a well-known brand, so if a well-known brand releases, let's say, a sub-brand or a subsidiary, that reputation comes with it.
Yep.
Goes along with it. So nung dumating yung Realme, everyone knows about, okay, we know Oppo. So we expect the same level of quality from Realme or even better. And what else?
The actual people. It's very possible that when Realme split from Oppo, they took some engineers with them. They took some of the executives, the marketing.
And the quality of the product. Before kasi nalala ko, whenever Oppo releases a phone, madalas, well, kayo mga readers din, kayo yung sabi na papansin namin, you always say that Oppo phones are overpriced or OP, as you say it. But si Realme, nung lumabas siya, ang kumbaga parang pang-attract niya sa market is the low price,
Yep.
the budget-friendly price, and good specs. So those two configurations is like the formula of how the phone will succeed in the market. So, maganda ang specs, tapos mababa ang price, bebenta yon. So, maraming benta, of course, sales, growth. So, the numbers will go up. So,
Yep.
one of the reasons kung bakit Realme is the fastest growing smartphone brands right now. Not just in the Philippines, but globally.
So yeah, it's that, but that is enabled by them having the previous reputation, the experience, the vision.
Yeah, sabihin natin lumabas si Realme tapos wala siyang affiliation before with Oppo. Parang mangangapa muna yung mga tao magtitiwala ka ba dito sa brand na to na bago na we haven't really heard.
Alright, next question from Merovin Gallo. In your own opinion, what will be the future of the Android phone 10 years from now? Not prepared for this. Okay, first, it's gonna run on Android 20 because we're on Android 10 right now.
If they stick to the same
Yeah.
nomenclature.
I think we're gonna have a different way of interacting with our phones rather than a touchscreen.
Yeah.
I'm just not sure if that's in like the augmented reality space or the virtual reality space or some sort of a wearable. But just for the sake of argument, let's say that we don't lose that. Let's say that we still have the touchscreen as the way of interaction. What changes? For me, I think it's one, purely wireless charging, no more wires.
Mm-hmm.
Your data transfer and your charging is all wireless. I think phones are gonna have really crappy chipsets. Really crappy chipsets, but they have 5G modems.
Yep.
So all your processing is done off-site. Take a photo, instantaneously that data is transferred off to some server in, I don't know, China or somewhere. And then it gets processed there and gets sent back to your phone. You play a game,
Everything's there.
freaking Mobile Legends 5. No.
It's like 50 characters to choose from.
Yeah, it's like you're playing Mobile Legends 5. Phones are really crappy chipset, but all the graphics processing is done off in some server somewhere.
That is assuming that by 10 years from now, okay, internet natin in the Philippines.
Yep.
So, it may not be 5G. Baka iba na yung tawag ito ng 10G.
Di naman siguro.
But yeah, how I would imagine is like, if you look back, smartphone screens, they were like very tiny.
For
and
hands.
the way we interact with it is through keypads. And then later on, wala nang keypads. It's all screen. And then over the years, yung screen lumalaki, nawawala yung bezels. It's even the sides are being conquered now by screens, and then even behind it, I think there's a Xiaomi concept phone. Is it still a concept? Anyway, there's a Xiaomi phone that even at the back there's a screen. So there's a possibility that the screen would be different at that time. Yung sabi ni Joey, could be holographic. I don't know. Could be we're just using a phone that's all glass. Remember that scene in the Iron Man movie?
Yeah.
So that's transparent.
Yeah.
So something like that. So it could be like that. And then the connectivity. I agree with what Joey said. I think when I was in China for Huawei conference, it's one of the things that they discussed, that connectivity is the future of mobile devices, because if most of the processing needs is done in the cloud, so let's say storage, you don't need 256 gigabytes in your phone because everything is stored in the cloud, and because the connection is fast, you won't notice a delay. So it could be like, for example, if you're like browsing your photos, it's like you're viewing it locally and not in the cloud. So You probably won't see multiple cameras in a phone. Probably 2 or 3 cameras would be good because the processing of the images are done in the cloud. So what else? Yeah, gaming. You won't siguro kahit mid-range chipset na lang, no? Kasi the processing is also handled by the cloud, so isi-stream mo na lang yung games mo. So given that everything is done in the cloud, parang konting components na lang kailangan ng phone. So they could allocate it in allocate that space to other features. Could be battery, I don't know.
But at the same time, while that feature does sound exciting, it's also the darker side of my take on it is that it's more leverage for these companies to hold us hostage. We don't agree to their terms and services, they revoke our access to their cloud.
It's gonna be subscription based, probably.
Yeah,
if you want to use your phone, you have to have a subscription.
It's probably gonna be like the phone is only like what 5,000 pesos, pero every month you have to pay certain amount for the privilege to use their cloud computing.
Yeah.
So,
if you want the game in 1080p, you have to pay this much. But if you want free, 480 ka lang.
one step at a time. Okay, next question.
From Francis Luke Pulitan. What are your thoughts on the Mi Note 10? I want it.
Why do you want it?
It's a mid-range. It's a mid-range chipset. Hindi siya ganun kamahal compared to a flagship. But importante kasi sa akin yung camera. And the fact that it has the same score as the Mate 30 Pro and the XO Mark is a big thing for me. So parang I don't have to buy a really, flagship grade smartphone just to get this quality. And the large battery. Yeah. So 5,000?
Counterpoint to your DxO Mark. I'm kind of skeptical whenever a phone publishes their DxO Mark score at launch. Because what they could have done is, because DxO Mark has super standardized testing, they could have made their phone's camera good for that testing, but in the real world, it's not as good.
Probably like putting it in the best case scenario.
Yeah.
Yeah, still.
But yeah, still, the Mi Note 10.
We're excited
Yeah.
for that phone. Of course, we're expecting to review it once it arrives in the Philippines.
For sure.
And maybe we'll compare it with the Mate 30 Pro just to confirm.
Alright, next question is from Francis Eljun Lastimosa Formanes. Which one's your pick? More cameras or less cameras? More cameras, 4, 5, or 6? Or less cameras, 2 to 3? He didn't specify if that's like 4, 5, or 6 total or 4, 5, 6 on the rear. If it's
Let's say rear.
let's say rear. Okay. 6 cameras in the rear. That's a main, ultra-wide, telephoto, depth, and macro. The macro can be done by a different lens.
In the case of the Mi Note 10, it has 2 telephotos.
That's a possibility.
may dot.
Yes, more cameras only if the phone itself has good software. Because I would still pick a phone with even just one camera but has good software, which is what I did for the last 2 years. All these phones coming out with more and more cameras, I stuck with my Pixel because I know it has really good software, the best software.
Pero anong nangyari sa Pixel mo?
Ang nangyari sa akin, wag niyo akong tularan. Nag-Pixel ako ng 2 taon. Nung nasira, walang official authorized service center dito sa Pilipinas.
Hindi makafocus yung Pixel. Anyway, same with Joey. One of the reasons why we want more cameras in a phone is because it offers versatility. Like, if you want to shoot wide angle, you need to have a wide angle camera. If you want to shoot macro, dedicated macro would be better. And I don't know, whatever shooting conditions, I don't think kailangan ng maraming specific camera for that. Siguro I would go for lesser cameras but of good quality. Because marami kang camera but they're like secondary or tertiary lang from the main. Like there's a dedicated macro pero 2 MP lang. Parang
And
quality still sucks. Yeah, it works but quality sucks. So I'd rather just go with lesser cameras but of good quality. I mean, if you're gonna do it well.
Me and Miguel had this discussion like in a past episode when the P30 Pro came out. The point was about like how an ultra wide is way more useful than a telephoto for most people. Okay, you get your P30 Pro, you get your 50x zoom shot of the moon, you post it on social media. Yun na. You'll never use it again. As compared to the ultra wide, you can take really wide shots of landscapes, you can take wide shots of landmarks, you can take group shots with lots of people. It's just a lot more useful.
Nagpunta kami ng China ni Rodney. He brought the Oppo phone with him.
The Reno 10X Zoom?
Yeah, the 10X Zoom. And we just used it to like do spy shots of our friends in the media while in the airport. So parang for joke time lang talaga.
This is Rodney from Gadget Match.
Yeah, from Gadget
Shout
Match.
out.
What's up?
Hey, Ron.
So like, alam mo carousel ng mga baggage, diba?
Yeah.
Rodney was like on the other side of the baggage claim, and Leia of Unbox was on the other side, and nag-zoom in siya gano'n, pinicture niya si Leia. So parang siya paparazzi shot, parang yun lang. Yeah, it works. Quality is not that good, but it works.
What are you gonna use it for realistically?
For other things, parang wala naman. So, I guess yeah, parang siguro mas maganda if they just put like really high megapixel sensors para maganda yung crop. That's it. Para for telephoto.
Alright, anyway.
Next question from John Magana. Can I use GCash to deposit money to BPI using transfer fund feature? Thanks in advance. Yes. Ginagawa ko siya lagi.
Not just BPI, you can do it with other banks also. That's one of the reasons why we love GCash around here. Next question is from Aaron Garcia. Meron ba kayong alam na gadget sale this November? What rock have you been living under? Have you not seen the ads? We have Lazada and Shopee 11/11 sale.
Baka di siya masyado na sa ads.
But yeah, gadget sales this November. Of course, Lazada and Shopee 11/11. If you want to order online from the US, there's Black Friday coming up November 29th. Every year yan. The Monday after is called Cyber Monday. That's specifically for electronics. Black Friday is everything.
Ang dami kong duda sa mga 11/11 sale na yan. Not just 11/11, other sales like, okay, discounted price, pero original price niya sobrang taas. So yung discounted price pala is SRP.
Yeah. So don't fall for
So
that.
don't fall for that. Come on, brands! Yung totoong sale. Bibili rin kami. Okay, from Clint Villalon. Pa-shoutout Sir Miguel and Sir Joey. Okay, so
Shout out. Miguel's not here. Louis will shout you out.
shout.
AJ can't shout you out kasi may bayad. Anyway.
Ask ko lang po sana ako kung bakit mataas ang Antutu benchmark ng mga iPhone 11 series even if 4 gigs of RAM lang po. Sa Android kasi even 8 gigs of RAM but ang baba ng Antutu benchmark.
First of all, di mababa yung score. It's just not as high.
Not as high.
But, you know, the way Antutu does its benchmark is RAM doesn't really matter as much.
It's a part of it but doesn't really contribute to the majority of the score. It's a collective score of different hardware components and software. One of the reasons kung bakit mataas ang score ng iPhones is because software. Software works well with because the closed ecosystem, the hardware and the software works very well together to achieve that high score. Pero siguro sabihin na natin maganda talaga yung hardware nung ni Apple.
Not just na maganda yung the A13 Bionic chip. It's that I think it's really the software. iOS is designed specifically for only that processor. That says a lot. Android is super open source. You can't optimize for the Android 9 version of Samsung, the Android 1 version of OnePlus, of everybody.
So again, it's like apples and oranges again. The fact that Android needs more RAM as it suggests a lot about its background processes. Siguro mas marami siyang background processes na hina-handle compared to Apple iOS na 4 gigs lang, okay, smooth.
Next question's from Francis Smile. Says Francis Smile.
Okay.
Hi YugaTech, is it bad to take a 64GB iPhone? Considering the prices of iPhones in the Philippines, are people buying the 256GB variant just for the longevity of the phone? Say the storage perhaps? I'm looking to buy the 11 on December. It's a personal thing. It depends how you use your phone. Of course, right now I have a lot of storage on this phone, but I don't use all of it. The last 2-3 years, I've survived on a 64-megapixel phone. People say na, I need a lot of storage because I take a lot of photos and videos. But dude, we have cloud storage nowadays. That's really good.
Yep.
Google Photos, granted, you're not able to save in the original quality anymore, even on the new pixels. But the high quality setting is just you're not losing a lot anyway.
It's still large.
It's still large. And especially for iPhones, you have iCloud. Take advantage of that.
Also, I noticed the quality is not that degraded. I think it's just the resolution.
It's about the memories.
What do you mean memories?
The photos.
Yeah.
You have a son. You're looking at pictures of your son on your cloud storage. Are you complaining that it's not original quality?
No.
It's about the memories.
Okay, yeah. Oh, the memories.
Yeah.
I thought he was talking about storage.
No, guys, you have to look past the specs sometimes and focus on like the purpose, what's important.
Yeah, I noticed that the photos uploaded on Google Photos are really good. Kala ko it's the same as it's different from how Facebook handles the compression.
Definitely.
Facebook is the worst. Ang pangit ng compression, sobrang nawawala ng resolution. But Google Photos, that quality, okay pa rin naman.
But to get back on track, Francis, yes, people get the 256GB iPhone for longevity, for future proofing, but if you're willing to make some sacrifices, not download all the apps that you see, delete apps if you don't use them anymore, take advantage of cloud storage, then you should be fine with the 64GB iPhone.
Even 64 would last you a long time
Yeah.
if you take advantage of cloud. So if you're not a fan of cloud, then yeah, you have to get more storage. But of course, it's more expensive. Huwag ka lang bumili ng 32 or 16, no?
Feeling ko kaya ko.
Like kasi yung every iOS update sometimes, I think, in my opinion, it gets larger every iteration. Basta ako di ko kaya ng 32.
But he's getting an 11, so that's
But
not
my
even an
mom
option.
is like using a 16 gig iPhone. And like,
Pero 11 nga
use
bibilin
the
niya eh.
cloud, huh?
11 nga bibilin niya. Para bang 11 na 32GB.
Sabagay. So yeah, okay na 64.
Yeah, pwede na yan.
Problema pa ako.
Alright.
May pahabol siya. I'm not asking for a shoutout, pero parang ganun na nga.
Hello.
Okay? Hello?
Alright, and that wraps up this episode of Ask YugaTech. Again, if you guys want your questions to be answered in the next episode, leave a comment down below or wait for the post that we usually post on Facebook. Ask your questions there. And yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please do drop a like.
Subscribe to our channel.
He's not used to this.
Yeah. Sub lang ako eh.
Okay.
So yeah, what? Again, let's try again. If you like this
You
video,
do the whole thing.
okay. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and hit that bell icon to be notified of our future uploads. And don't forget to visit YugaTech.com for the latest tech news and reviews. Again, this is Joey and I am Louie. Hi Miguel from Taiwan. See you in our next video.
And we'll see you in the next one.